years later.
So what's up mga ka-Ayah? It's your teacher Ayah, Circle Gently, rapping from DASMA, online studies the name of the game, and if you subscribe to our lesson, I promise to keep you. So this is the second week of the second quarter, and let's watch this video tutorial.
2,000 years later.
Okay, so for week number 2 in DISS, the topic is about the application of feminism, the application of hermeneutical phenomenology, and human environment system. But first, let's discuss the application of feminism. So, if you're going to let our mind, no, ibabalik tayo dun sa ating previous quarter, na topic natin dun yung basic concepts and principles of feminism. No? So, feminism, from the word itself, feminine, feminism. So, meaning it's all about the women. No? So, there's a conflict, no, as you can see on the three waves of feminism, the first, second, and the third wave. No? So, iba-iba yung naging cases or situations sa different waves. So, pero ang focus natin dito sa application of feminism, no? So, it's all about patriarchy. So, yung kung meron tayong matriarchal, which is for women, patriarchy, patriarchal for men. So, according to feminism, so kinokontradict nito ang patriarchy. Why? Because patriarchy, we all know that in this situation, no, the father or the oldest male heads a society or the government. So, syempre, kapag lalaki ka, so mataas ang tingin sa'yo ng lipunan. No? So, parang ang pinaglalaban dito ng feminism is pumapangalawa lang sila dito. And the men are the superior or the highest human being. No? So, tinitingnan nito ang mga kababaihan. No? The mother is a subordinate to the decisions of the father. So parang ang may karapatan lang in the family and the society is the man or the father. At the same time, according to patriarchy, no, men are seen as more powerful than women. So yun yung kagaya ko sa inyo sinabi kanina, na kaya nga dun sa title, di ba, may equality. So tinitingnan ba, is feminism equal to patriarchy? No? So parang nagiging powerful nga dito ang mga kalalakihan. At the same time, when it comes to labor and economics, pagdating sa mga job, no, sa employment, no, so as usual, so yung stereotyping ng mga tao no, na the father goes to his job every day while the mother is left at home to take care of the children. So ang tatay ang nagtatrabaho at ang nanay naiiwan lamang sa bahay. So yun yung contradiction ng patriarchy at ang feminism. Gustong ang pinaglalaban ng feminism is matanggal itong inequality pagdating sa gender, no? Pagdating sa job, labor, and economics. Moreover, according to feminists, no, in a patriarchal system, men make all decisions both in the family as well as in the society. So parang ang nakikita lang kasi nila no, in the past, pero ngayon in the current situation, masasabi na natin equal no, yung pagdating ng kalalakihan at kababaihan pagdating sa job and other aspects in the society. So in the past, when women did find opportunities to leave their house and gain employment, the jobs offered to them were limited. So, very limited lang. No? Yung, parang kasi hindi pa nakikita nila na yung mga kababaihan is may capacity din na magtrabaho na ganitong bagay. Yung mga pantrabahong panlalaki, pambabae, ay kaya din nilang gampanan. No? So, also in the patriarchy, tinitignan din nila, no? Sinasabi na women are best left in the kitchen. So sinasabi na, ay mga babae sa kusina lang yan, no? Pwede silang magluto-luto lang dyan, no? Pero iba yung ano nila, iba yung kanilang description. Hindi sinabi na yung mga babae is magaling sa kusina. No, not that. Pero ang kanilang interpretation, pag sinabi nating women are best left in the kitchen, is it's not just the women's cooking skills. No, magaling si mga women yan. Pero ang totoo niyan, no, parang nilalabel lang nila yung mga babae na productive lang sila pagdating sa kitchen. No? Especially in the household work. Pero kabaliktaran yun ang iniisip ng ibang tao. Akala nila, women are best left in the kitchen kasi magaling sila magluto, ganyan. Pero meron yung inequality or may stereotyping na para lang sila sa household works or sa household chores, di ba? So, yun yung gustong tanggalin ng feminism, no? The inequality pagdating sa job, sa house, and society. So, ito yung pinaglalaban ng theory na ito. And aside from patriarchy, pinaglalaban din ng mga kababaihan dito yung kanilang karapatan pagdating sa kanilang mga rights. Diba kasi nga nagkaroon na dati ng mga waves, the right to vote, the right to education, the right to choose their own profession. No? So, ilan yung sa mga pinaglaban nila na pagdating sa inequality when it comes to men and women. And meron pa tayong lumalabas dito na ibang category. So aside from patriarchy, meron din pinaglalaban dito yung tinatawag natin na gender ideology. So lalabas na dito yung mga inequality, hindi pantay na pagtingin sa kababaihan at kalalakihan. So as we defined, what is gender ideology? It is a social belief that supports gender inequality. So yun ang sinasabi ko sa inyo, di ba? Inequality. There's an equal or there's a gap between men and women in the society when they are portraying their roles, no? Their professions. No? It means it is a social divide that establishes perceived roles for men and women and relegating them to specific roles. Meron sila ditong stereotyping na pag lalaki, yung mga mabibigat na bagay or trabaho. Pag babae, yung magagaan or more on offices, no? So, ganun yung kanilang pananaw pagdating sa gender ideology sa men and women. So, women staying at home while men go to work. So, ang pagkakaiba nito, pag sinabi natin gender ideology, ano pa pag sinabi natin ideology, di ba? Root word idea. No? So, this is ano yung iyong thinking? What is your thinking or what is your idea when it comes to gender inequality between men and women? And aside from that, nililabel ng mga kalalakihan, ang mga kababaihan, pag pinasok natin sa gender ideology na ang mga babae daw ay more delicate, emotional, and nurturing compared to men who are more aggressive, assertive, and dominant. So, talagang sinasabi nila dito na superior at highest human being ang mga lalaki. So, that's the gender ideology. Bigyan natin ng example, no? So, meron silang stereotyping na, example natin sa laruan. No? So, sa laruan, bata pa lang yan, tinitrain na yan. No? Kapag bata ka na babae ka, so, syempre sa'yo mga lalaro mga dolls, no? Mga cooking or playing something, no? Pambabae. No? Samantal pag lalaki naman, syempre yung mga panlalaki na laruan, toys, robot, ganun, ganun, no? And bata pa lang, diba tinitrain na sila kung ano yung depende sa kanilang gender. Kung babae ka, dapat ganito ka. Kung lalaki ka, dapat ito yung sa'yo. And isa pang label natin dito, no, kapag yung isang batang lalaki is naglaro siya ng pambabaeng laruan, no, iisipin na agad ng tao, ay, ito, gay. Ay, eto hindi tutunay na lalaki, gano'n 'no. Samantalang yung babae naman, parang binabaliktad nila, yung babae naman paglaro ng action figures na panlalaki, eh, sasabihin na, "Ay, lesbian 'to, ay, parang 50-50 yung pagkababae niya." So, bata pa lang yun ay tinitignan na nila yung kung ano yung mismong gender ng isang tao. So, tina-train nila siyempre, dumadaan yan sa growth and development. So, makikita na doon kung ano yung tunay na gender ng isang lalaki at babae. Kasi yan, magkaiba yan, sex and gender. Pag sinabi natin sex, ito yung biological features. So, kung ikaw ay female, based on your reproductive organ, and when you are a male, depende din sa reproductive organ, biological, hindi mo yun pwedeng mabago. Samantalang ang gender, it is more on sociological, it is more on cultural. No? Ito kasi nai-impluwensyahan ng society. So, hindi porke babae ka is babae na yung ipoportray mong role sa harap ng mga tao. So, pwedeng maimpluwensyahan ka na you are more on boys things, you are more on boys works, no? So, ganoon yung gender. So, sex is more on biological, and then gender, it is more on sociological, it is more on social, more on cultural, which naapektuhan siya ng iba't ibang tao in the society. And according to this situation, no, at this early stage of development, no, so syempre dapat ma-develop mo kung ano yung akma, kung ano yung akma sa iyong biological characteristics. So, dapat gano'n din yung inyong gender kasi do'n, nag-uugat yung ano yung gender roles na maipo-portray mo sa society, whether men or women. And 'di ba, ano na nga, growth and development from childhood. So ayan, mag-uunti-unti na 'yan hanggang sa adulthood, 'no. So, lalabas na ngayon diyan yung tinatawag natin na gender bias and prejudices. So the gender ideology in, children's play evolves in adulthood. Yun na nga, as sinabi ko sa kanila kanina, which further support inequality. So dapat tine-train talaga maigi yung bata kung ano yung, ah dapat para sa kanya, 'no? So, hindi naman natin pinipilit, pero kailangan nating iakma kung ano yung ating, gender dun sa ating sex. Whether we are female or we are male. Kaya nga lumabalabas din yung LGBTQ community 'no, dahil diyan sa mga gender stereotyping, gender ideology, kaya nagkakaroon ng gender inequality. So, naging bias, dapat yung lalaki ganito, ganyan, yung babae is more on femininity yung pinapakita. So, gano'n yung mga prejudices na, "Ay ito lesbian, ay ito gay." So, yung mga ganyang bagay. And lumalabas naman dito yung product, yung gender inequality. So, parang pinaka-root niya, yung pinaka-cause is the gender ideology, your thinking, your idea. Kaya nagkakaroon ng gender inequality. That's the result, ay yung stereotyping ng mga tao ganito siya, ganyan. Kaya nagkakaroon ng gender inequality in the society. So, explain natin ito. So, gender inequality. This is the actualization or realization of gender ideology. Kagaya nga ng sinabi ko sa inyo, it is the actual. This is the result. So, after your thinking, after your thoughts about gender, so yun nga, ideology. So, lalabas ang gender inequality. Marirealize mo ngayon, paano nga ba nagkakaroon ng inequality in the society when it comes to men and women when they are portraying their roles in the society. So, lagyan natin ng example. Pagdating sa work, no? So, kayo nga senior high school, no? So, ngayon naman sa modern era, wala namang mga ganitong stereotyping kasi nga, meron tayong human rights, meron tayong inequality ngayon sa ating lipunan. Hindi kagaya dati na grabe yung stereotyping na yung mga lalaki lang yung nagtatrabaho at yung mga babae ay naiiwan sa bahay. Yung mga lalaki lang yung may karapatan na mag-aral at yung mga babae ay naiiwan lang sa bahay. So, ganun yung pagkakaiba ng past time to the modern era. Example natin dito. When you're applying, this is the past examples, in a secretarial post, syempre 'di ba, secretary. So, sinabi ko nga sa inyo kanina, women are more on offices during that time. I don't know now, today, siguro meron pa rin ganito. So, syempre ang tatanggapin nila is women or the female applicants kasi nga, yun yung mas nababagay sa kanya. Sa office, babae dapat. 'Pag naman, sa salaries, tinitignan din nila ito na salaries are also unequal when it comes to men and women. So, siyempre kung sino yung mas kailangan dun sa work na yun, mas mataas yung kanilang salary, 'di ba? Parang, "Ay eto mas malaki yung effort, ay eto mababa yung effort," 'no? So, sa current situation natin hindi na yun puwede. Kasi meron na tayong mga minimum wage law, meron na tayong mga law pagdating sa mga salaries or wages, 'no, ng mga laborers, 'no? And aside from that, so that's gender inequality. So, tandaan niyo lang sa feminism, ito yung, feminist, kaya may feminism, may feminist, mga tao 'no, mga feminista na lumalaban pagdating sa karapatan ng mga kababaihan, pagdating sa gender inequality. So, in the modern era, maraming nababalita na ngayon na yung LGBTQ, community na tinatanggap na ito. So, nagkakaroon na paunti-unti no, na pagtanggap sa iba't ibang gender in the society today. So, that's feminism. Now, let's move to the application of hermeneutical phenomenology. So, medyo nakakabulol, di ba? Hermeneutical Phenomenology, medyo mahaba yung name ng theory. So, review tayo, di ba? Hermeneutical phenomenology is more on the experiences. It's more on the reflection on our experiences. So, sabi nila, experience is the best teacher. Experience makes us today. So, parang yun yung pinaka-thought ng hermeneutical phenomenology. Pero meron tayo dito ang mas deeper understanding and deeper lesson kung ano yung mismong application niya today. So kung babalikan nga natin, sinabi ko sa inyo, no, reflections are made from the experiences. No, naapektuhan siya, ang mga experience ng mga tao ay naapektuhan ng mga thoughts or thinking ng mga tao sa lipunan. And I know that you know that this famous man or the proponent of hermeneutical phenomenology is known as Martin Heidegger. So meron siya ditong tinatawag na hermeneutic circle. So meron siyang illustration on his theory about hermeneutical phenomenology. No? So bigyan natin ng konting background, yung hermeneutical circle. So this circle, no, mamaya papakita ko sa inyo. So this is the process wherein one's influences affect his or her experiences of the world, which would then create other influences that would affect experiencing the world. So lahat yan may epekto. Lagi yung parang may connection. So kung ano ang reflection mo sa isang bagay, maaari nitong maapektuhan ng iyong experiences or vice versa. Yung experiences mo naman ay maapektuhan ng iyong reflection. So parang vice versa lang siya. No? Lagi yun naapektuhan. So tignan natin ngayon, no? Ito kasing hermeneutical phenomenology, meron din siyang connection pagdating sa mga research. No, so, I know that practical research one, your subject today, no, there, the significance of data. So what is data? So these are the gatherings of information. No? So according to hermeneutical phenomenology, kung gagamitin mo ito sa iyong research or data, no? So data and their significance provide a catalyst for which reflection and interpretation results in meaning. So there are always changes. No? So ipasok natin yung research dito. So there are always changes when it comes to your data. So, experiences, kasi meron tayo, di ba, qualitative and quantitative uh, method. Quantitative, more on numbers, statistics, and qualitative, this is more on interviews, more on narratives. So, kung ilalagay natin dito sa research methodology, no, hermeneutical phenomenology is qualitative. Qualitative, kasi hindi naman siya, nagre-rely nga siya sa experiences. So, it is more on experiential data. Experience, more on narrative, sulat-sulat, more on realization, more on experiences, more on narration, storytelling. So, parang gano'n, no? And more on description. So, wala siyang number. So, data nga, ayun na nga yung mga experiential data. More on ano kasi narratives, di ba? And kung apply natin to sa social science research, ganun yung kanyang resulta. Its applicability is generally derived from its aim to create meaning out of lived experiences. So, experience, lalagyan nyo yun ng interpretation, lalagyan nyo yun ng meaning. So, ano yung reflection ko sa ganitong aking experience? What is my reflection basis on my experience? At lahat ng ito ay may epekto sa ginagawa natin sa mga susunod in our society. Naapektuhan natin yung mundo ng iba, yung paniniwala ng iba. No? So, kung ikaw ay naniniwala ka sa yung religion, so magkakaiba-iba tayong religion. So, maaari mo maapektuhan yung iba, maaari mo mahikayat na sumama sa iyong religion. So, those are experiences, no? Based nga sa ating reflection, kung ano yung pananaw mo dun sa isang bagay, maaari mo maapektuhan ng ibang paniniwala ng iba na maaaring magbago dahil sa iyo. So, aside from that, no, the meaning derived by the resource persons of the study regarding the particular topic and how the research affects the researcher. So, sa research mo, halimbawa, nag-research ka patungkol sa COVID-19, so, gaano kalaki yung mga naapektuhan nito araw-araw? Lalaki ba, babae, matanda, bata? So, maaaring magbigay sa'yo ng epekto, maaaring magbigay sa'yo ng resulta. So, ano yung makikita mo doon? Ano yung resulta na makukuha mo? So, aapektuhan ka doon, ay, dapat sa mga mas bata pala, so dapat mag-ingat ako. No, so, ay, sa mas matanda pala, so dapat mag-ingat ang matatanda. So, ganun yung mga ibang example. Kung bibigyan natin ng significance of data yung ating hermeneutical phenomenology, pag nilagay natin siya sa research. And aside from that, ito na yung ating Heidegger's hermeneutic circle. Ito yung sinabi ko sa inyo kanina. So, this circle, as you can see in your screen, pwede kasi din siyang tawagin na hermeneutic circle or hermeneutic loop. So, ito kasi paikot-ikot na. Una, punta tayo dito sa explain ko sa inyo kanina mamaya malakihan nito. So ayan muna, pakitignan niyo muna ito, 'no. Ito na, ilalagay ulit natin siya sa research. So siyempre nga laging experiences. So saan ba nahuhubog ang experience ng isang tao? Siyempre dun sa kanyang mga ginagawa. Interviews, gathering of information, gathering of data, gathering of experiences is what I said. So more on experiences, past experience or present experience, is pasok siya dun sa hermeneutic phenomenology. So punta tayo ngayon dito sa hermeneutic loop, no, according to uh, Martin Heidegger. So mag-umpisa tayo sa understanding the whole of life. So, what is life? No, what is the meaning of life to you? What is the reason why are you living in this world? So at first, para kasing research connection to, no? You're now going to raise a question about our need for the meaning of an event. So question. So there's always a question. Kung very curious kasi yung kapaligiran, laging what is what, when is when, how is how. So there's always a question kung masyado kang curious. And then, after you raise question, there's now a need of meaning is projected through action or speech. So after you discover the answer to your question, ikaw mismo ang magbibigay ng meaning or ng interpretation pagdating sa sagot ng mga tao. O ang sagot mo dun sa tanong. No? So, mapoproject mo na yung meaning. Sa action pa lang or sa speech, mabibigyan mo na ng interpretation. Ay, galit siya dun sa sinabi niya. Parang nagko-contradict siya dun. Ay, eto, parang bias siya dun. No? So, parang yung mga ganyung thinking. After that, hindi ka pa nakontento, dadaling ka na ngayon sa engagement. You will now, due to your curiosity, no, ilalagay mo na ngayon sarili mo, paano ba to? Gusto ko matuklasan ang mga bagay na ito. So now, you're going to try. You're going to make this curiosity the part of your life. So, curious ka, kailangan mo ma-discover, kailangan gawin ko to, kailangan mahanap ko yung sagot dito. Kung hindi ka pa nakontento dun sa mga sagot, dun mga natanungan mo or dun sa mga na-discover mo. And then, after you engage to that situation, you're now going to make yourself more challenging. Kung ikaw nga ay gagawa ng research, syempre, di ba, gathering of data, meron tayo dyang presentation, meron tayo dyang analysis, meron tayo dyang data gathering, meron tayo dyang data procedure. If you're familiar in your practical research, well, so ito kasi mapapaliwanag nyo sa PR1. So more on research kasi. And then, after mo ma-engage, nakapag-gather ka na ngayon ng information, i-re-interpret mo ulit to para mas magkaroon ka ng greater understanding. Diba? Parang paulit-ulit lang yun eh. Ito yung resulta, ito yung conclusion, ito yung summary mo, ito yung findings mo. At the same time, hindi ka lang dun matatapos on that particular level. Maaari pang maulit ng maulit yan. Kaya ang hermeneutical loop para kasi siyang circle na paulit-ulit lang. Hindi natatapos ang pagtatanong, hindi matatapos ang pagiging curious pagdating sa isang bagay. Kaya uulit at uulit siya. So that's hermeneutic loop. So very simple lang siya kung papaliwanagan natin, no? So, yun yun, no? Next tayo sa huling theory. Ito madali lang siya. Kasi, puro kasi experiences itong mga tinatopic natin about the application. So, punta tayo sa huling topic, which is the application of human environment systems. So, the person that you can see, that's Yuri Bronfenbrenner. He was the proponent of the bioecological model theory. So, meron siyang pinresent na model sa kanyang theory more on environment system. So, papakita ko sa inyo ito mamaya. So, Yuri Bronfenbrenner na proponent of bioecological model. So, I know that you're familiar with human environment systems, the relationship of human and the environment. So, iba naman to ng application natin dito, hindi sa environment. Pero the human being. So this, we're going to focus on the child development. So meron tayo ditong 5 layers. So papakita ko sa inyo mamaya kung ano-ano yung 5 layers na yun, no? So lahat naman tayo siguro ay dumaan dito sa mga layers na ito. So ayan. So ang uunahin nating layer ay yung pinaka-gitna. The microsystem. Tandaan nyo, microsystem, yellow, mesosystem, the red, exosystem, green is the macrosystem, and the chronosystem, yung nasa labas. So, meron tayong 5 layer. So, inspection natin yan. Ano kayang meron dito sa bawat layer na ito? No? So, unahin natin ang microsystem. system. So from the word itself, microsystem, micro, small. So syempre, the layer is nearest to the child. So yung kung makikita nyo kanina, the center of the bioecological model is the child or the person or the human being. So we, no, during our times when on our childhood, the focus of the kaya bio, ecological, bio, life, ecological, environment, no, it comprises structures which the child directly interacts with the family, school, and the neighborhood. So the center of this model is us, no? During our childhood, the child. So, syempre, mabubuo ang lahat when we have our family, the school, and the neighborhood. So, nade-develop dito yung interaction, nade-develop dito ang relationship. So, kaya nga sinabi na it covers the most basic relationship in the child's immediate environment. So, lagyan natin ng example. So, syempre, nung bata, a mother's deep affection for her child moves her to answer to the baby's needs and keep the baby safe. In turn, the baby smiles and coos bring the mother feelings of warmth and an affirmation that indeed she is a good mother. So meron niyang epekto. The effect, cause and effect, not to the child and the mother. So the child is being affected by the behavior ng nanay and the beliefs of the parents. So at the same time, meron din epekto yung reaction or yung action ng isang bata sa kanyang nanay. Kaya nade-develop dyan yung good relationship, nade-develop dyan yung interaction between the parents and the children. So at the microsystem level. So the relationship, the basic relationship, the parents, the school, and the environment. So that's microsystem. Next, meso-system. So, di ba, micro, sunod na circle is the meso-system. So, meso-system, palaki kasi siya ng palaki. So, meso-system, it serves as the connection between the structures of the child's microsystem. So, lalabas na siya. Mas lalawak pa ngayon yung connection ng bata. Example natin dito. The mesosystem will include the link or the interaction between the parents and teachers or the parent and health services or the community and the church. So, lumalabas na siya ng iba't ibang social institutions. So, yung relationship ng magulang at ng teacher, the health services, the community. Kaya nga meso system. No connection, palaki na siya ng palaki sa community. And then, exosystem. Exo, meaning sa labas na, no, outside, no, exo. So, exosystem, no, ito na yung bigger social system. No? So, ano yung meron dito? During the exosystem, no, the child does not function directly. Pwedeng konti lang, pwedeng saglit lang. Bakit ano ba yung meron dito sa exosystem? Exosystem includes the government, the workplace, and the mass media. So, ito na yung pangmalawakan. So, syempre, kabilang pa rin ang child doon sa system na yun. Bigyan natin ng example. Circumstances of the parents' location work. Halimbawa, malayo yung pinagtatrabahuhan ng magulang dun sa bata and yung schedule. So, makikita natin dito ngayon yung changes, no? The children's routine, mababago yung routine ng bata kasi nga, day and night, may work yung magulang, no? Hindi nakakasama sa tamang oras. Kagaya nilang sa call center. So, syempre, call center minsan night shift, mid shift, no? So, ang mangyayari niyan, the child may not interact directly, but he or she is likely feel the positive or negative impact the system creates as it interacts with the child's own system. So, may epekto yun. Effect, positive or negative. So, kahit wala malayo yung kanyang function dito, pero may epekto pa rin yung konti. Naapektuhan niya kang emotional, naapektuhan ng kanyang thinking pagdating sa kanyang routine. No, dahil sa pagbabago ng schedule or the changes of the works, place of his or her parents. So that is exosystem, panlabas. Government, workplace, and mass media. Next, we have the macro system. Macro system, macro meaning big, no? Large, macro, malawakan ito. So it is found in the outermost part in the child's environment. So ito na yung sa pinaka medyo labas, no? So macro system, ano may meron sa macro system? Cultural values, customs, and laws. So nandito na yung mga traditions, nandito na yung mga beliefs, nandito na yung culture ng iba't ibang bansa, ng iba't ibang lugar. So, lagyan natin ng example. In Western countries, ano ba yung mga Western countries? US, Europe, no? Most of the young people are expected to be more independent by the time they end their teenage years, while in Asian countries like the Philippines, no, parents are expected to support or at least want to support their children for a longer period of time. So may iba't ibang paniniwala. So US, Europe, no, so mga liberal, so mga independent na pagdating ng 18 years old, kailangan may trabaho ka na, kailangan bumukod ka na sa parents. While for Asian countries like the Philippines, no, so para tayong what do you call that? The parang expanding family system, no? Expanding or extending family system, no? Na hindi ka lang nakukulong like you're 21 years old and you found a job already, nandun ka pa rin sa iyong parents. So, may pagkakaiba yan depende sa bansa, depende sa kultura o sa pinaniniwalaan. Children from different parts of the world experience different child rearing practices and development as well. May iba't iba silang kultura. Sometimes, when it comes to religion, when it comes to beliefs, no, sa mga pagkain, sa mga paniniwala, mga pamahiin, ganun. Iba-iba tayo ng kultura. So that is macro system, which is may epekto pa rin sa bata yun. No? So kung nababasa mo sa mga libro, napapanood mo sa TV, ganito sa kanila, ganyan sa kanila. While in the Philippines, as we are a Catholic country, and para kasi tayong mga conservative country, so medyo values natin yung religion. So there's a respect, no? There's a respect to elderly people, respect to the family. Masyado kasi tayong kung saan ako sa Eastern, so Western, so East, alam niyo na kasi Buddhism, napapanood niyo sa philosophy, sa mga Introduction to World Religion, so yung mga religion. No? So ganun nila binavalue yung family and yung culture ng Filipinos. Next tayo, ang pinakahuli natin ay ang chrono system. Chrono, from the word is chronological, sequential, chrono. It's all about time. It's all about the span of or the period of time. So as what I said, no, it covers the element of time as it relates to a child's environment. Meron palang epekto ang time sa bata. Of course, there is, no? It involves the patterns of stability and changes in the child's life. So, bigyan natin ng example. Paano naapektuhan ng time ang environment ng isang tao? So, timing of other siblings, coming or the time of parental separation or even death. Timing of menstrual onset for girls. So, may mga situation na maaaring magpa-apekto, no? May mga pangyayari na maaaring maka-apekto sa isang bata. So, children may have acquired the ability to cope and decide to what extent they will allow changes around them to affect them. So, nasa atin yung desisyon kung tayo ba ay magpapa-apekto sa mga pangyayari na nakapaligid sa atin, kagaya nga ng aking nabanggit. So, everything has the interaction or effect to the relationship of those people around us, those countries, no, na adapt natin yung culture, those situation, those events. No? So, ganun yung kalaking epekto sa human environment system. So, pag nilagay natin siya sa category ng human being. So, that's the 5-layer of the bioecological model of Yuri Bronfenbrenner. So, I hope naintindihan niyo siya, no? So that's the end of the discussion for DISS module number 2. I hope you learned from it. Thank you so much for listening.
Much
That's the
later.
end of video module number 2. See you on our next video.